Shares of IonQ, the quantum computing pioneer, are soaring, trading at $23 per share as of this recording, when the company's share prices to start the year in 2024 were just at $12 per share, especially soaring after dropping closer to $6 per share around October. So a lot of investors are curious about this innovative tech stock and interested in what's going on with the company. That's what I'll do in this video here, evaluate the company's latest progress and elaborate on what's going on with this company. So if you're interested in investing in this stock, these are some things that you really should know about IonQ. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now. So in the third quarter, IonQ exceeded their range on revenue and raised their annual revenue guidance and brought in $63.5 million of new sales. You can start to understand just on these short highlights why the stock price is soaring. They also shared news of an acquisition of Qubitech, which will help it in its networking business, which management expects to be the first side of the business to turn cash flow positive. Going into more detail, they said they exceeded their high end of the revenue target, delivering $12.4 million in recognized revenue. When they were forecasting revenue in the range of $9 to $12 million, they exceeded the higher end of that range. That represents more than doubling their third quarter revenue year over year. And that's great to see when you're evaluating these innovative industry pioneers, is for the companies to set milestones and to hit or exceed milestones. And that's what IonQ investors have been treated to in 2024, is the company has set targets and exceeded those targets. And when you do that as a newer company, your share price responds, because there's so much volatility in the expectations for your future that every single data point has a huge impact on the company's share price. And that's why you see the volatility in IonQ, is because with every step they make, it changes the probabilities of success in the future. They also announced a new $55 million contract with their existing customer, the United States Air Force Lab, the United States Air Force Research Lab, as well as a $9 million renewal with the University of Maryland. Again, these are very good indicators for the company, especially with extensions and renewals of existing contracts. When you're new and I'm an investor and I'm evaluating your company, one of the things I really like to see is expansions with existing customers. That demonstrates to me that you're offering your customers a good value, and otherwise they wouldn't be increasing their spending with you or renewing their contracts. They would cancel, pause, or reduce. And so when I see that, I say to myself, all right, so it looks like at its current prices, the customers really like the value they're getting from IonQ. And so they're going to renew, and that's going to give them more runway, more iteration, more feedback, and that's big news for IonQ. And so with these newer deals, they brought their year-to-date bookings for 2024 to $73 million. They had forecasted a target range between $75 million and $95 million, or in other words, $85 million at the midpoint, and they're already at $73 million over 3 quarters. So if they continue at this rate, they have great potential to exceed their bookings target for 2024. Remember, IonQ first, when they sign a contract, it goes into bookings, and then when they perform the services that were negotiated in the contract, it turns into revenue. So bookings are a great indicator of a company's future revenue, or IonQ's future revenue. The management team also talked about the two camps as it relates to thinking about quantum computing. One camp believes you need to near perfection before value can be unlocked. If they are correct, then quantum computing is still a very long way away. The other camp, which is what IonQ believes, is that the early noisy quantum computers can provide value even before they are perfected. And that's precisely what IonQ has already demonstrated with their contracts, right? Already 73 million in contracts signed, already delivering revenue on those existing contracts. And so they're already demonstrating that what they have so far is valuable to some businesses and some institutions. And so it seems like the other camp, which IonQ believes in, is proving to be the right one as of this point. I also like the management team's thinking about the applications of this technology, saying that they don't care about theoretical algorithms with limited practical applicability. They don't care about the academic argument about quantum supremacy. Instead, they're focused on applications that have the potential to disrupt billion-dollar industries. And that's the name of the game there. You got to find applications that businesses will be willing to pay for, that institutions will be willing to pay for. And that will drive development, because when you sign these contracts with businesses, they give you millions or tens of millions or hundreds of millions of dollars that you can then invest in research and development to further progress your technology. And you get feedback from the businesses and institutions saying, hey, we like this, but if you can do this other thing, that would also be really valuable to us and would be willing to pay for that. And so IonQ can invest in that, and then they can do that, and on, and kind of build in that way, rather than just investing in these theoretical supremacy and all of this other stuff that doesn't have a point to connect to and just is reaching something that does not have an end market. And so that's not what investors would look for, and investors would prefer what IonQ is actually doing in focusing on applications for multi-billion-dollar industries. So they also announced two huge application areas: biopharmaceutical drug discovery and computer-aided simulations for engineering and manufacturing industries. And in this statement, they announced the creation of a new quantum application development center in development with AstraZeneca. And then for the computer-aided design segment, they joined forces with ANSYS to accelerate simulation, design exploration, and reduce product development timelines, enabling faster market entry for more innovative products. So great development here from IonQ, and really great news for IonQ stock investors. You can understand why the stock price has soared recently, especially after they announced these results. You can see here in October, the stock price was around $7 a share, and it more than tripled to $23 per share as of this recording. Hey everyone, I'm excited to announce that my book is finally available for sale. I've been working on it for more than a year now, so I'm really excited to finally share this with you now. It goes through my framework for evaluating stocks. Some of you often ask why I like this stock or why I like the other stock, and this framework provides you the things that I look at when I'm evaluating stocks. I've added the link in the description below.